Won't I get too big if I increase my testosterone? Simple answer is no, brother. Like what? Like what? Okay. The thing is, you're thinking about like if you're actually thinking like if you inject steroids, you get bigger muscles. That kind of does happen, but that's because we have certain steroids have a myostatin. They inhibit myostatin, and myostatin is basically the hormone that stops. It stops muscle growth. So if there's a steroid that inhibits myostatin, it therefore there's nothing stopping muscle growth, which means that they're growing to the fucking Hulk and shit, right? But you, as increasing your testosterone naturally, increasing testosterone, increasing testosterone will not make you too big. You know what will make you big? It's training. Like it's kind of like a no-brainer. And this is what I believe. This is what all the freaking people that don't go gym do. If they realize that training will make them bigger, and then they're like, oh, I don't want to train because I don't want to look like Ronnie Coleman. Like, bro, you are not gonna look like Ronnie Coleman, okay? Ronnie Coleman was training like that for 20 some years or some shit, and he's on steroids, and he's like optimizing. He's not eating. Most bodybuilders are on a freaking caloric deficit, 5% body fat type shit. You're not gonna be doing that when you hit the gym, as a normal human being. Like the only way you get too big is if you want to get too big. If you don't want to get too big, you're not gonna get too big unless you take steroids, unless you train hard as fuck, unless you do all of those things. You're not gonna get too big. So increasing testosterone won't make you too big. But what increasing testosterone does, at least in terms of muscle, is it makes your muscles more receptive to muscle growth. Okay. So let me draw this out. So we got testosterone here, and if you guys remember, testosterone is the messenger. Testosterone is the messenger hormone. So I'll make a little male. That's a male. So it's a messenger. Well, actually, yeah, it's a messenger. And then the androgen receptors, AR, is the receiver. I don't know how to make a receiver. It just goes huge. Okay? So by increasing testosterone, you get more messengers, right? But you would also, like, technically have to have more androgen receptors, because if you can't put two in one, right? You gotta get another receiver. Yes, get something else to receive this. Okay? So technically, you also need to increase your androgen receptors for testosterone to be used. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't break it down. So androgen receptors are the muscles are basically it's inside your muscles, and it's what receives the testosterone. And basically, when it receives it, it basically tells them. Testosterone tells the receptor, okay, let's go build muscle right here. Let's go start the muscle building protein synthesis shit right here. Okay? And then the androgen receptors like tell the cell to like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And therefore your muscles get bigger type shit. Bigger and stronger. So that's the process, right? That's the process. So by doing the things that increase testosterone naturally, like the ones I've been saying, sleep, diet, sunlight, all of those things, those are also helping your, we'll call it the net androgen status. That's actually what it's called. But if I just started saying in every video that when I get too big, if I increase my net androgen status, nobody knows what net androgen status means, okay? But basically, by doing the things that increase testosterone, is also increasing the things that boost the net androgen status. Basically, like everything that coincides with the testosterone effects, like androgen receptors, cortisol, testosterone, estrogen. When all of those things, all those processes interact with each other, then we get the net androgen status, whether it be a positive or a negative, right? So basically, um, that's how the muscle process works. Testosterone goes into the androgen receptor, tells the muscle to build more, to get bigger and stronger. So by increasing, okay, let me erase the whole thing. By increasing the androgen receptors inside the muscle, like let's say there's 4 now instead of 2, your muscles are more receptive to muscle growth. Therefore, you get bigger muscles. Okay, you guys gotta realize that without a lot of androgen receptors, like let's say you don't have just one muscle, but I'm just saying for quantitative purposes, if you had less, you have less androgen receptors, but a lot of testosterone messengers, right? There's a whole ton of testosterone messengers. That doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit because only one can go to the androgen receptor. The rest, they're just flying around. They're just flying around, not connecting to anything. Not sending any messages because nobody. They're trying to send a message, but nobody's receiving it. Okay, and because no one's receiving it, nobody knows to build muscle. Nobody knows to increase increase your confidence. Nobody knows to increase anything. To make you feel better. Your body won't know because nobody's receiving the message. If nobody's receiving the message, you can't do shit. That's why testosterone is not the only thing that's important when it comes to your bodily functions. Okay, you gotta also increase the androgen receptors, lower the cortisol, and all of that other stuff. Okay, so that's just the technical aspect of it. But like in terms of what you can do, it doesn't matter as much because the normal shit like sunlight, exercise, diet, sleep, women, and all of that other stuff, those all like play huge roles in your hormones and your receptors. So it won't really matter that much. Okay, so that was actually a little bit off topic than what I was going with. So so increasing testosterone does help increase the muscle, your muscle mass, more testosterone, but you also would have to have more androgen receptors. And if you're doing the activities and tasks and things that I've been labeling in my videos, you'll also be increasing your androgen receptors. I mean, yeah. So in short, yes, testosterone can help build more muscles, but you will not get too big off it if you don't work hard enough. That's literally it. Okay, it's a no-brainer. If you don't work hard, if you're not training like Ronnie Coleman every single day, you're not eating like him every single day, you're not gonna get as big as him. And if you're not taking steroids, you're not gonna get big as him. So no need to worry about that. Okay, you can stay small. Okay, so if you guys want to increase your testosterone, be stronger than ever, hit the link in the description right now, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces. Mwah.